Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Leslie Ann King. For those who are new, please be sure to click the subscribe button, and if you like this video, share it and like it. So today I want to share with you my favorite marriage books. I have been reading a few books. I love to read, so that's something I knew I was going to be doing, and some books that have really helped me during this first year of marriage, as I'm entering into my second year of marriage. Some books that I have read during this past year have been so helpful to me, and I thought it'd be a good idea to come on my channel and recommend them to any person who is thinking about marriage, who wants to get married, or who is already married. So I'm going to share with you 3 books today that I have read that I think have been such a good and integral part of just marriage restoration and just like keeping my marriage something that will glorify God, you know? So the first book that I'm going to talk about today, which was used actually in my premarital and regular counseling that we did, marriage counseling that we did within our first year. We're no longer doing that anymore, but it was such a blessing for us. And the book that we read was called The Meaning of Marriage by Tim Keller. This is obviously from a Christian perspective. I really appreciated this book because it just really explains what marriage is and what it is for. And marriage is not just for you. Marriage is for, I think marriage is to glorify God and also to help other believers. I do recommend this book. I thought it was really helpful just to see it from a Christian perspective. But if you read this book, let me know in the comments, or if you have read this book, let me know in the comments. But this was a book that we went through in our premarital and marriage counseling. So the second book that I'm going to recommend, which I'm actually rereading right now, is Loving Your Spouse When You Feel Like Walking Away: Real Help for Desperate Hearts in Difficult Marriages by Gary Chapman. So I love this book because this book is coming from a place of not like I want to give up on my marriage, but from a how do I make sure that my marriage my marriage stays intact and doesn't get to that place. This is like more of a preventative kind of book, and I really appreciate that. Like, it gives you real life experiences from other couples who are going through different things, and it also explains why you should do certain things. It also gives you specific things you can do in conflict, in difficult situations, to help you overcome this. This is a book that I enjoy and I definitely recommend. I hope you guys can see this. Yes. And so the third book, I don't actually have it, but I love this book. It's called Cherish by Gary Thomas, and I'm a fan of Gary Thomas. I love his blog, I love his books, and that is a book I recommend. It talks specifically about you as a spouse, so it can help your marriage, but it focuses, I think the main focus of the book is focusing on what you can do, because you can't really change someone else, but you can work on yourself. And it's not coming from a space of, oh, you're doing something wrong. It's coming from a space of, let's humble ourselves and look at what we can do as followers of Christ to be able to help influence our spouse, not change, but influence our spouse based on what we do. It also really talks about just cherishing our spouses, just like how Solomon did in the book of Solomon. If you read all of that, it's clearly about cherishing in a relationship, and it really focuses on that and what that looks like, whether you're 1 year in or 10 to 20 years in, and how it's important to cherish your spouse. I love this book. I definitely felt like by using the examples and things that it said in the book, it really has helped my marriage, so I recommend it. And so now I'm gonna give kind of an honorable mention. So it's not really, I wouldn't even include it on this list because I haven't read this book yet, but I just got this from the library. It's called Building Communication and Intimacy: Covenant Marriage by Gary Chapman. So again, another book by Gary Chapman. This book is also by Gary Chapman. He is the author of The 5 Love Languages. And so this is a book I'm reading now. I don't know how this is going to be, but if any of you have read it, let me know in the comments. But yeah, those are some of the books that I am reading and that I have read that I recommend for you. If you have any books, like marriage books or relationship books, that you recommend, please leave them in the comments. I hope that they can help me or help anybody else. Please be sure to click the subscribe button and like and share. And thank you guys for watching. Bye guys.